how did you come to get arrested last night?
I was leaving work at American Axle where I've recently gotten a job, and the officer said I ran a stop sign on my bicycle and pulled me over. I wasn't even aware I had warrants. I figured I did for this case, but I wasn't sure even at this point. I got paid. I have money on me. Could I end this and pay? I mean, or something? Because I want to keep my job, and I already
let's
missed
see where we
today.
are. What shift are you on at American Axle, Stickley?
Sure.
Good afternoon. Are you Rebecca Lynn Kaiser?
Yes, I am.
This is Judge Middleton. I think I used to know you under a different name.
Yeah, Bowman. Yes, sir.
Some time ago. This is file 192018SM. It's alleged that in August of 2019 that you committed a retail fraud at the Walmart store in Three Rivers. It's alleged that you took $49 worth of stuff, clothing and health and beauty products. They allege that in 2009 you had a previous offense, so they charge it as retail fraud second degree, which is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. This warrant has been outstanding for 6 years. You were arrested on this charge. You were arraigned. The magistrate, Mark Trowbridge, gave you a PR bond back in 2020. And the warrant issued in 2019. You didn't get arrested until a year later, 2020. You pled not guilty. We set a pretrial conference and you didn't show up for that. So I did an order to show cause and you didn't show up for that. So we issued a bench warrant for you back in 2020 and I renewed it a couple of times since. So my question I always ask is, how did you come to get arrested last night?
I was leaving work at American Axle where I've recently gotten a job, and the officer said I ran a stop sign on my bicycle and pulled me over. I wasn't even aware I had warrants. I figured I did for this case, but I wasn't sure even at this point. I got paid. I have money on me. Could I end this and pay? I mean, or something? Because I want to keep my job, and I already
let's
missed
see
today.
where we are. What shift are you on at American Axle?
First, I was getting out. Actually, I was supposed to work over yesterday. I work for PTI Containment, which is a agency that goes in for quality and sorts parts at American Axle and Precision Wire here in Three Rivers. And I was leaving.
Where do you live?
In Three Rivers.
Do you still live on
Spring.
South Grant Avenue?
No, I live on Spring Street, Your Honor.
I don't remember.
Did you move away?
No, I've been there the whole time. I've been right there. I've been in town the whole time. I haven't been hiding or anything.
All right. I did email the prosecutor with a copy to the public defender to see whether the prosecutor would reduce this to a retail fraud in the third degree. That was about 1 o'clock this afternoon to see if we could take care of it right now. But I never heard back. I suspect that she hasn't seen the email and she's busy with court or something.
But Your Honor, I just got this new job and I've already missed today, and I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't want to make you lose your job. So let's talk about this. You're charged with retail fraud in the second degree. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a year in jail, and a fine of up to $1,000. You got 1 day of jail at the front end, and you just did another day of jail right now. If I knew what I knew now, I would have done this morning. I had about a 45-minute gap this morning, but I didn't know how much time I was going to have, so I set it for this afternoon. I will tell you this. I asked the prosecutor if they would reduce the charge, and I haven't heard back from them. So if you plead to this charge, I'm really not going to sentence you any differently. You spent 1 day in jail 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I guess it was, and another day last night. So you got 2 days in jail. The allegation is that you stole $49.54 worth of merchandise, clothing, and health and beauty items. If you plead to this charge, I'm going to do a sentence of 2 days in jail, credit 2 days, let you out of jail and give you a fine, give you time to pay the fine. Apparently, Three Rivers Police wasn't interested enough in the last 5 years to attempt to serve this warrant. I do not have the authority to amend the charge. That's in the discretion of the prosecutor. However, if you plead to that charge, I just told you what I'm going to do for a sentence. If you wish to plead not guilty, I can set the matter for a pretrial conference on an upcoming date with the prosecutor. That means you'd have to miss work during the daytime.
Okay, well, I'm trying to keep this job, Your Honor, and I would really like to do that. So,
Your Honor, it would probably be better if I could go in a breakout room with her, Your Honor. And
yes,
maybe
all right. Let me let you talk privately with this gentleman. He's the public defender. And
yes.
As I said, I reached out to the prosecutor, but I haven't heard back. It should go automatically. I'm going to put you in what's called a breakout room where you can talk privately with the public defender about what your choices are.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I'm assuming that there was never an attorney assigned on this. This is before my employment, actually. So.
No, she pled not guilty. We set a pretrial, and then she never showed up for the pretrial.
Got it.
There was no attorney.
Okay, I'll be right back. You got the timer going again, Judge?
I changed it to 10 seconds. So that's much better than when I had to wait a minute. All right, we're back in the matter of people. Rebecca Lynn Kaiser. She's an opportunity to speak to the public defender. Ms. Kaiser, how'd you like to proceed?
Hey, Judge, after discussing the situation, she appreciates your Cobb's agreement offer. She'll take advantage of it.
Okay. Are you going to plead guilty to that charge?
Yes.
Other than what I told you, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Did you feel like I threatened you to try to get you to plead to the charge?
No.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will not be a trial if you enter this plea. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you had a plea, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. Stickley is here today just to help supervise things, but we could appoint an attorney that would actually represent you in this individual case. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Were you in the Walmart store on June 22nd of 2019?
Yes, sir.
And did you take some clothing and health and beauty items without paying for them?
Yes. Yes, I did.
All right. So I indicated you had 1 day at the front end and 1 day at this end. So I'm going to order 2 days jail credit, 2 days, which is more than adequate for $49 worth of stuff. You've also got a couple of unpaid traffic tickets that you got and blew off. And I'm surprised those didn't, when you got the ticket, they didn't find this warrant. But I'm going to make a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. That's $200. I'm going to make that due by March 31, 2026. What's the house number on Spring Street?
509.
All right. Now, you've also got a couple unpaid tickets that at some point you're going to need to come in here and deal with.
Okay. Those are just need to be
But so
paid.
far, ignoring this hasn't been a good plan, which is what usually happens. Eventually, it comes home to roost. What'd they do with your bike?
They took it back to American Axle, so hopefully I can get it when I go to work next.
All right, very good. Will somebody come pick you up at the jail?
As long as I can make a phone call. I don't know if the phones are up right now.
All right, well, if you can, if you can't, you come up here and I'll give you a bus pass. See the bailiffs out front. It's not too cold, it's 55, but I don't want you to walk to Three Rivers, so hopefully someone will come and get you. But you can get from the courthouse, or you get the jail to the courthouse. Do you have a jacket?
Yes, I have a coat with me, sir.
All right. 2 days, credit 2 days. I didn't order any restitution on this, just this. You're also barred from Walmart for 1 year.
Okay.
Why didn't you show up?
I completely lost track of time. I didn't know when court was and stuff. I didn't keep up on it like I should, Your Honor. I apologize for that.
Well, you got a night in jail for the privilege. If you had shown up, the prosecutor probably would have reduced the charge or would have given you a fine. The whole thing had been over and done with.
I understand.
Now it is. I want you to pay that fine, or I'm going to have the JRPD come knock on your door and bring you to court. So you've also got some other old fines. I want you to come and you pay that and check on those. If you're working, you'll be able to take care of it. The good news is, however, you're about to get out of jail, and hopefully you can get a ride. If you can't, you come to the courthouse and I'll give you a bus pass.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Stickley.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we'll remove. Keith, did you get the, oops. Guess he didn't.
Judge Jeffrey Middleton faced a defendant who had a 5-year-old bench warrant, all over a $49 Walmart retail fraud case. She missed court back in 2019. A warrant was issued in 2020. Police randomly stopped her on a bicycle for running a stop sign and discovered the warrant. She told the judge she just got a new job and didn't even know the warrant was still active. She asked, "Can I just pay and end this?" Judge Middleton replied that ignoring court wasn't a good plan, but instead of sending her back to jail, he offered a deal. 2 days jail credit served. $200 fine. Case closed. 1 missed court date turned into 5 years of consequences. Would you have handled it differently?
All ready to go, so let's start up. Title of this case is Crown Asset Management versus Catherine Irwin. The file number is 2512GC. This was filed early of last year, 2025. It's a claim for $2,064.73. We've had several pretrials in this matter. August 11th, October 13th, December 5th. And at the initial pretrial, Attorney LaCurie appeared on behalf of the plaintiff. Defendant wasn't here. Then she came in late, I think, and then we adjourned the matter to October 13th. The plaintiff was given 21 days to file a motion for summary disposition on October 13th, and they didn't file one. So we had another hearing in December, and no summary disposition motion had been filed. The defense all along had been she was somehow a victim of fraud, and additionally, she isn't collectible. I'm not sure those are defenses to the fact that you owe a debt, but no summary disposition was filed, and so I set the matter for trial. In fact, I've blocked out the entire afternoon. I was hopeful that perhaps some resolution could be reached but apparently we've not. So we have the whole day set aside. So welcome. Would you go ahead and put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Edward Purdue, on behalf of the plaintiff, making a limited appearance today, Your Honor.
Mr. Purdue, where are you from?
I'm from Grand Rapids, Your Honor.
What's your P number?
P55888.
All right. Crown Asset Management is represented by, I think, a Wisconsin firm. Miss Irwin, you're here.
Yes.
Where are we headed? Mr. Purdue, have you had a chance to talk to the defendant at all?
We did chat earlier today, Your Honor. It doesn't look like we'll be able to resolve this amicably at this time for the reasons that the court stated her positions. And I'm making a limited appearance today, so I have limited knowledge of the file, but enough to know that plaintiff's counsel has filed a motion for summary, and I've been instructed to ask the court to set a hearing date for that motion for summary to be heard, so this matter could be resolved as a matter of undisputed fact. So that's my primary request today, is for that hearing to be set at some point. That works for the court.
All right, thank you. They sent you down here to take a bullet for somebody else's negligence. They were supposed to file the summary disposition motion, and defendants in these cases are always at a disadvantage. They're unrepresented. They don't understand the law. They don't even know what a summary disposition means. This defendant has no source of income. She's on Social Security as a sole source of income, and she contends she got drastically defrauded by an ex-husband. Nonetheless, her name is on everything. And the fact that she doesn't have any money is not a defense to the fact that she owes the money. But the defendant filed this matter in January of 2025. We had a pretrial on August 11th. No summary disposition motion was filed. We had a pretrial on August 13th. They were given 21 days to file a motion for summary disposition, which was more than enough time. We had a hearing in December, and nobody had filed the motion for summary disposition. They filed it after the deadline, and the court denied hearing it. So they sent you down here once again on a mission to hear the motion for summary disposition. Ms. Irwin, they probably would have prevailed on the motion for summary disposition. Your fraudulent defenses regarding your ex and the fact that you don't have any money are both regrettable, but they may not be defenses to the fact that you owe this money. However, they didn't file the motion, and I'm not allowing to file it now at the 11th hour and 59th minute. All right, so where does that leave us? Do you have a witness to call?
I do not, Your Honor. If the court is not going to allow the motion to be heard, we move that this matter be dismissed without prejudice, and then I will certainly pass along the collectability issue to lead counsel.
All right. Ms. Irwin, the matter is going to be dismissed without prejudice.
Okay.
I'll explain that in a minute. That means it could potentially be rebrought. If it's dismissed with prejudice, that's the end of it. It can't ever be rebrought. If it's dismissed without prejudice, it could potentially be rebrought. But for the time being, it's dismissed.
Okay.
Now, one of the problems sometimes in these kinds of cases is the attorney of record is from Brookfield, Wisconsin. And Mr. Purdue is here. He's the third or fourth attorney that's been here for the plaintiff. So sometimes there's not a consistent attorney following the case all the way through. But we made a couple of lengthy records back in August and back in December. You'd filed a bunch of stuff. And then you'd also indicated that you're on disability. You don't have any other source of income. So they've sent Mr. Perdue out here to make one last effort to do the summary disposition. And I've denied it, so they're going to dismiss it, which may be the end of it. If somebody looks at this, they're going to realize even if they get a judgment, they're not likely to collect it from you because you don't have any money and you don't have any assets that they can seize or they can't take your Social Security disability. So I've blocked out 4 hours. I guess I got the rest of the afternoon to work on other things, but the case will be dismissed. And I'm going to do an order right here.
Well, it's a good day for you to walk.
Well, it's been so terribly cold. I do generally walk every day at lunch, not when it's 4 degrees out. Last week I walked all over Key West. And that was much more pleasant than this, but yeah, spring is coming.
I'm glad.
Mr. Perdue, you've been here before, but it seems like it's been quite a while.
Yes, Your Honor. You know, I've got to practice in Grand Rapids, but I do take these limited appearances from time to time. So
There's much less of them with the advent of Zoom.
that's true.
But
But you know, it's nice to get out and
it was a nice day for a drive.
go for a drive. And I enjoy seeing different judges at different courthouses. That's a small perk.
All right. It was a beautiful blue sky day here in southern Michigan.
For a minute.
Yes.
Got cold tomorrow and snow showers.
The day I left Key West, it was 62 and the people were all freezing to death.
You did get key lime pie, right?
My wife did. I don't like it.
Oh, well.
My family used to spend some time down in Isla Morada.
Well, that's about 3/4 of the way down the key. I spent a little time there and it didn't have what I wanted. It was walkability. All right, I've done an order. Your firm's done a lot of unrecovered expense for this. I'll let you both get a copy of it. It says plaintiff's motion to dismiss without prejudice granted for reasons stated on the record, dismissed without prejudice by plaintiff. That will close the matter for now. I suspect, Ms. Irwin, this will be the end of it.
Okay.
So if you go out to the counter, you get a copy of this.
Okay.
And Mr. Perdue, I'd ask you to stick around for that. I want to ask you a couple things.
All right, very good.
Just general stuff. All right, you go out to the counter, the matter's been dismissed, and you're good to go.
Okay. Thank you, Ron.
We'll get Mr. Perdue a copy as well. And then we'll send one back to Council of Record. All right, we will. There it is.
Thanks, Your Honor.
All right,
Steve,
what we
Steve.
determined was a little out of date. What's the current arrearage?
Oh, shoot. I wasn't ready for that. I'll send you a judgment.
All right. I've got a stale one, which was $4,864.22. That was $190 per week, and it's several weeks in arrears. So
I think it's just 2 more weeks. Is that right, Mr. Meyer?
I think that's right, at $190 per week. So we'll add, the rent is $4,397. 4,397.77 plus
Like everything else.
380
Sorry, everything else should be the same.
is 4,777.77 through today. Court costs are $186.45. You got $280 in late fees plus 2 more, so that's $320 in late. Plus court costs of $186.45. Is $5,284.22. As a practical matter, she's not going to pay that if she's vacated, but theoretically she could. We don't Mr. Mayers, do you have the keys back or hear anything from her?
I do not.
All right, we'll go ahead and do this default judgment. The date will be March 9th. All right, very good.
So I can't take possession until March 9th?
If she's vacated, I'll put in here, if defendant has vacated, plaintiff may take possession.
It was our belief that she had, Your Honor.
All right. We did give her explicit instructions on what to do with the keys, and the forwarding address. And so I don't know, we'll go ahead and enter the default. And I indicated plaintiff may take immediate possession if tenant has vacated. Thank you, Mr. Davidson.
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor. I saw
Ayers.
Steve Lee the other day and he told me to say hi.
I ran into him a while ago. It's been a long time, but all right. Thanks.
Yeah, I saw him at
See
Gibby's.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll see you later.
Have a good weekend.
Mr.
Bye-bye.
Mayers, you're good to go. I got a couple more people to admit.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Mayers, I'll move. All right. Next up, we've got McDaniels versus Suter. Let me remove Mr. Mayers.
It's fine, you gotta be there.
Dawn McDaniel versus Ashley Suter. We determined there's no lease. We had a previous hearing on February 9th. The defendant indicated she was going to be moving. Ms. Suter, what's your current status?
I've actually been working on trying to get a place for the last like 2 weeks, and I've been hounding the people who own the home every day, and I still haven't heard nothing back. He did contact me the other day and said he should have had an answer yesterday or the day before. I messaged him again today, and I still have yet to hear about it. And I'm actually filling out paperwork for an income-based apartment.
All right, that's good too.
Oh, I'm not slacking over here. I'm trying to get out because this is a whole messed up situation and there's more to it than what you're being told.
There almost always is. Well, let me repeat. You have 10 days to vacate from today, which will be March 9th. No money judgment is entered. You also have until March 9th to appeal this.
Okay, so with how I brought it up last time, how do I go about the propane tank? Because the agreement was between Ryan and I need Ryan to be here in order for them to come get the tank and reimburse me the money that I paid for.
This doesn't have anything to do with that. It's simply, you've got 12 days to move.
Okay, I just don't know what's
an issue regarding the tank or who owes who how much money, you can sue them in small claims court or take it up with Brian McDaniel, but Dawn is